It's all very well tracking trends in numbers of new products and projects, but what about their quality? By quality, I mean commercial potential. We can look at three factors in gauging this. Firstly, Me Too products. Pharmaceutical companies commonly used to aim low with some of their development projects. If they could only get a piece of the action in a big market, that should be enough. So at one time, there were many pharmacological classes with a profusion of Me Too products. But the room for developing such Me Too products has shrunk. The cost of developing products is now high. And companies know that there is now only room for a couple of profitable Me Too products in each class. This means that there are no longer dozens of companies relentlessly developing Me Toos all the way to the market as they used to be. So the proportion of all new products accounted for by Me Too products today is far less even than 20 years ago. Take bronchodilator steroid combinations for asthma. Seretide, from GlaxoSmithKline, was first of the current generation of products. It has become one of the biggest products of any, with sales of over $8 billion in 2011. The number 2 product, Symbicort, has also done very well, with sales of over $3 billion by 2011. But you can see that the law of diminishing returns is operating strongly. The number 3 product has sales of just over $1 billion, but number 4 less than $1/3 billion. And the later products in this market will probably find the going tough. I expect the proportion of Me Too products to continue to drop away. This will have a positive effect on the average quality of future new products which do reach the market. The opposite of Me Toos is novelty. This is becoming more evident. For example, in 2012, the FDA considered that of the 35 novel drugs it had approved in that year, 15 were particularly notable for their significant contributions to the health and quality of life of patients. We can expect the introduction of an increasing number of new products with novel modes of action to increase overall quality. I would argue that the quality of new products reaching the market is likely to have been steadily increasing over the past half-dozen years. But what about novel drugs for small indications, orphan drugs? Irina Melnikova of Sanofi found that over the 2005-2010 period, orphan drugs accounted for over 35% of all products approved in the United States. This was more than double the percentage approved during the 1990s. Couldn't this be having an adverse effect on the average commercial potential of new drugs? You might think the sales that orphan drugs stand to generate would invariably be small, but this isn't the case. Several of today's blockbuster drugs were first launched in orphan indications. All of these products are or have been major blockbusters. For instance, the majority of the sales of Rituxan have been generated in 2 orphan indications, chronic lymphatic leukemia and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. The total sales of this huge blockbuster reached $6.8 billion in 2012. Today, the orphans market is worth some $50 billion, or 6% of the total global pharmaceutical market. In 2012, a report from Pfizer and Thomson Reuters showed that the gap between the revenue generated by orphan drugs and non-orphans was narrowing. And it showed that the profitability level of orphan drugs was no less than of other types of drug. So, taking these 3 factors into account, I believe that since the mid-1990s, the average quality of new products is likely to have been increasing rather than declining. And I would expect this trend of increasing commercial value of new products to continue. Now, in the previous two webcasts, I suggested that the numbers of new products reaching the market should increase, and that improvement on attrition rates will improve the picture further than I show here. On top of this, we can, I believe, also factor in an increase in the average commercial value of new products. This is a much more promising outlook than current conventional wisdom on the industry suggests. But more products mean more activity, and from the outset, more strategic thinking. When internal knowledge requires a boost or where resources are constrained, Transcript is well equipped to help in advising on the widening strategic opportunities and in developing new products to market and beyond.